Well, hello and welcome. My name is Mitchell Osborn. This is Talking Animals with Mitchell. I'm recording this Sunday night, August the 9th, 2020. And we're going to do a little bit of animal communication stuff tonight. If you're live with me and you want to say hello, please feel free to say hello. If you're watching in the archive, hey to you. If you're watching over on YouTube, hello to you as well. Thanks for following me, sharing, subscribing, checking out my website, mitchellosborn.com, where you can book a session with me. I am about 2 to 3 weeks out right now. I'm also a tarot card reader, so you can grab a spread ahead of time if you've got a session coming up. And also a mindfulness transformation coach. So I do EFT, tap-in NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, EMT, eye movement therapy, and even hypnotherapy, hypnosis. So all that good stuff. So like I said, if you're out there and you want to say hello, hello. If you're ever watching this in the replay and I don't answer you right away, that could be because, or I don't say hi back to you, that could be because it's the archive and you missed the live version. So the live version is Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, August the 9th. And we're going to talk, first I'm just going to find out what's been going on with you guys and set an intention in just a moment. Hey, Daniel. And pull a card from the Arc Animal Tarot and the Arc Animal Oracle deck, one from each, one more of like the physical stuff we're going through and one more for the spiritual stuff. And then I'll do a little lesson about bringing a new animal into your house. And then I know I've got 2 animals to read tonight. I'm going to tap in for Daniel Martinez, who I see is here with me. So we've got we've got Holly and Mitzi. So we'll do a little quick reading, probably about 30 minutes total. But first, let me set an intention for you. And during this intention, you can just breathe, take some deep breaths. If you feel comfortable, you can allow your eyes to close and just tap into your felt sense, which is below your shoulders, above your waistline. And the intention is really bullet point, kind of like a prayer and a mantra that I do before every client session or with every client. And I may sneeze in just a second. If I talk about it, it probably will go away. Oh, it's coming. Get it out. So, and thank you, whoever said bless you. But yeah, so where was I? Yes, the intention. And because it is a vibrational thing, because you're here with me collectively, whether you're live or in the archive, it really will make a difference in your life. So just also want to let you know, every other Sunday night, I do mindfulness. So tonight, animal, next Sunday, mindfulness. Tomorrow night, Monday, August 10th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, V and I will be doing 1-card readings. So check it out on my other Facebook page, my personal Mitchell Osborn page. This is my business Mitchell Osborn page. So take a couple deep breaths and let me set the intention that we would move and find healing through our false beliefs, moving them to truth, and we would receive healing and guidance and confirmation and grounding, centering, balance, peace, harmony, alignment, joy, abundance, love, great care, compassion, health, wellness, safety, courage, and encouragement. I set the intention that we would resonate, operate, and vibrate in the highest frequency of that divine source, that pure white light, love, God, goddess energy that we can. And I call in any and all of you are my angels and guides and those we work with on the other side, whether we know who they are or not, into this time we have together, as long as they stay in high vibration and play nice. All of this for our highest good and greatest growth, I say, and so it is. And so it is. All right. So, Daniel, if you want to share what's been going on with you in your life and anybody else out there, you don't have to. This is totally optional. If you want to just kind of let me know what's been happening. The reason, and as you're typing, I'll go ahead and tell you this. The reason I chose bringing home a new animal or bringing a new animal into the home was because there's been quite a few people this week in my work and just on Facebook that are thinking about contemplating bringing home a new animal, not replacing one that has crossed over, but they're missing that. Hey, Mike, they're missing their animal. And so they're bringing them in. And some of y'all watching me now, maybe some of the reasons why I'm doing that. Which is perfect that you're here. But also, and there's just a lot of people that I kept seeing, they're about to bring a new animal into their life, into their home. So I wanted to talk about the best ways and best practices to do that. So that's what we'll talk about in just a little bit. But let me know what's been going on with you out there if you want to. You don't have to. But otherwise, I'm going to pull a card as you are typing. So this is the Ark Animal, and you might hear the thunder in Orlando. It has been literally shaking the house. But this is the Ark Animal Tarot and Oracle deck by my friend and teacher and inspiration, Bernadette King. Beautiful, beautiful deck. There's like 150 cards. And if you know tarot, there are 78 tarot cards. This is what the back of the deck looks like. It's gorgeous. They're quite large, so they are large. But she did an amazing job bringing what I would say a true connection to tarot with these animals, as you'll probably see when we go through them. So just really, really beautiful. So the first card I'm going to pull is from tarot, and then I'll pull oracle. So for tarot, it's kind of like the here and now, the physical stuff. So what does Spirit have to say to us about this physical world for guidance, for growth, for just whatever? So let me pull that card, and then Daniel, I'll get to your comment. Spirit has to say, oh, fly. And this is 5 of Swords. So winning at all costs, pride before the fall. So this is, and the 5 of Swords is an interesting card because it is often about fight and frustration. But this tells me it's like, okay, ego is in our way and we're willing to fight at all costs. This reminds me of a lot of videos that they're calling Karen videos. It's like once you see them click into that, my ego is all costs. I'm all in. There's no backing down. Because I watch a lot of these videos and I see these people go off the rails and I think to myself, I don't know that I would ever get that far off the rails because there's a point, and it could be my makeup and my understanding and my intuitiveness or whatever, but there's a point where I feel like I would do this kind of step back and think, my gosh, what am I saying right now? How important is this? Do I have to be right? So it's very interesting, but I also realize I am somewhat of a compliant person, want to make sure everybody is comfortable and happy, and I've just stopped letting people trample on me. But yeah, so this is like winning at all costs. The fly is letting us know that, you know what, we may just keep pushing till it's too far. We need to back up. We need to realize we're being videotaped. We're a Karen or a Kyle or Kevin or whatever it is, and we're going to be put online. And this is how we want to show people who we are. But some of them will just continue doing it. They don't care if they're going to be shown that way. They absolutely don't care. So there's a message for kind of our physical world right now. So Daniel said, I'm still dealing with the hole in my heart, but I've been feeling it's God's plan to have me slow down in life. Well, Daniel, I'm glad you're understanding that you can find the positives or the silver lining or the message or the lesson in that. So continue to send you high vibrations on that path that you'll continue to see the lessons and the growth. Mike, you said, I was set on purchasing a dog from a friend of your aunt's. My cousin called me and said she has a Yorkie that's adoptable at a shelter, so I may end up adopting, but I would have to fly either way to pick the pup up. Oh, that's beautiful, Mike. And yes, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. I'm glad this is a timely message for you. So yeah, we'll be talking about that message in just a moment. And not just bringing a new animal home into a house that has other animals, but even to a house that doesn't have any animals. So let me pull the oracle card for kind of what's going on spiritually, or what spirit, source, all that is, has for us spiritually. So what do we pull for the oracle card? So this is Emu, and you can see the keywords there: curiosity, strategy, endurance. So I love this bird. They're just very awkwardly graceful, I will say that. But the curiosity, strategy, and endurance, very interesting, because I would say Spirit is telling us to continue to be curious, to continue to have a plan and a strategy, and to continue to move forward. And I feel like this kind of has a little bit to do with, where we are with this pandemic and COVID-19. Continue to just understand, like Daniel just said, I'm feeling it's God's plan. I wouldn't use those words, but those words resonate with you, Daniel. That's beautiful. which is why I said there may be a lesson, there may be an opportunity of growth, of enlightenment here, which AKA translates to God's plans. It's just semantics is what it boils down to. But I think the emu is telling us continue to persevere, stay strong during this, continue to have a plan, no matter what, whether you're needing this financial assistance, whether you got a job and everything's going good, or you're like me and you're being redeployed all over the place, which I've learned. I've been curious and I've learned so much. Funny thing, I even had someone that I know just a little bit, I'd say, casual acquaintance, but he just randomly on the shuttle bus the other day at work, he's like, how are things? Things are good. I said, I feel comfortable with my job. And he literally just said, well, if you're ever in jeopardy of losing your job, or you do, just come see me. I'll be more than happy to find you a place in my area. And it's all the same system. So it was just nice to even hear that, that positivity. So, again, this is me just doing what I can, being curious with all the positions, continuing my strategy, my plan of working hard, following through with my my commitments and my redeployment and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. So here is the message about bringing home an animal into your house. So first, make sure all the humans that are in the house are on board with this. If there are two humans in the house and one wants to bring the animal home and the other one doesn't want to bring the animal home, then there's going to be conflict there. And you're bringing an animal into a home where there's conflict. Maybe there's already animals there, maybe there's no animals, but you want to make sure that all the humans are on board with it so that there's not that conflict going on that the animal is going to come into. Maybe feel it, maybe express it, peeing, pooping, biting, barking, whining, meowing, whatever it is. So make sure everybody's on board with it. Everybody's in agreement with it. Another thing, let the other animals, if there are animals, know, hey, everybody, someone's coming to live with us. You can send them a mental image of the new animal coming in. You always want to communicate from your heart to their heart. But what you do is just kind of talk to them and say, hey, Fido, we've got a new animal coming in. Think of the animal, think of the animal. They're going to come into this house, walk around, sleep in this bed. You're going to get along with each other. Send those images. We're going to all have a beautiful, wonderful time. You're going to drink out of the same water bowl. Send the image of them drinking out of the water bowl. Send the images of being peaceful. Let them know that, it's coming in, that there's a new animal that's going to definitely be coming in. And then have a plan when you bring them in. The example of this, and you got to figure out how to do this on your own. We brought in one cat without a plan, Sebastian, and we had to leave Sebastian in another room for almost a month and a half, 2 months, because he kind of terrorized Toby because he was more of an alpha. But then when we didn't have a plan. But then when we brought Bartolomeo in, the plan was this. We bring Bart in a cage. We put him in the garage. And this is what I said to Fabian. Here's what we're going to do. I had this plan lined up. I said, when Bart comes in, we're going to let the two dogs, Tiffany and Sheldon, come into the garage, sniff Bartolomeo while he's in his cage, and see what happens. And the dog sniffed him and walked away. They didn't care about another cat coming in. Then we let the two cats come in, Sebastian, Toby, come visit Bart. Sniff, sniff, sniff. There was a little uneasiness. There's another cat. What's going on? Once they got tired of sniffing and they backed up and they just kind of settled in the room because we were in there with them, we gently opened the door and then allowed them to come up and sniff again. We allowed Bart to come out. Bartolomeo's in a brand new space. He's in a completely unknown place. He's got to explore and find out what's going on. We let him explore the entire house, and he pretty much did that. We followed him around just so they wouldn't get into a fight with any other animals. Everything was fine. We kept seeing and sending images of them all getting along. And then that night, 2 nights, we put Bart in a separate room by himself because at night we can't always be there, and we just want to make sure that everything's still good. And during the day, we let them out. Everything was fine. And it was a totally different experience by letting everybody know what was going to happen. So have a plan, stick with it. Let everybody know when the new animal's coming in, how they're going to come in. If they're only going to be there a short time, you can let them know that. Just like if you're dog sitting and cat sitting for somebody else. So any questions about that? And if not, then we're going to dive into the 2 readings we have. And Daniel said, my mom, a.k.a. Mickey, yes, just got an appointment to see some Someone for disability. She's a little nervous. All right. So stay positive with the thoughts. See everything as most positive as you can. Feel the emotions of goodness and positivity coming out of it. And that's the best way to manifest something on the positive side in the sense of the good way. So let me know if you have any questions about bringing a new animal into the home. If not, I'm going to pull up Mitzi and Holly. We'll do those two readings. Daniel, let me know if there's, I'm going to go Holly first. I know she's still alive. She's bringing a lot of joy to your life. And Daniel, let me know if there's anything specific you want me to look into. Hey, Mickey. Woohoo, you're here. We were just talking about you. Or Daniel was. So let me know if there's anything specific about Holly. And I'm going to pull that picture up. Should we sage just prior? You know, Mike, that's a good thing to do. If you have sage or you can get it easily, sage would be great to do. You can watch some simple videos on how to sage. Fernando Marone, my fellow buddy, psychic, good friend of mine. He's out of New Mexico now. He was in Houston. He's got a great video on YouTube. You can Google Fernando Marone sage and see if you don't know how to do it. But yeah, sage would be great to do to clear any negativity out, bringing in the positive. I know you're bringing in a new baby and there aren't any other babies there, but it certainly couldn't hurt. So, all right. So let me bring up, who did I say first? Holly. So this is Holly. I think I got him right. So let me know if that's not Holly, you let me know. But so this is Holly. And you said definitely bringing you a lot of joy. Still alive. Love to know how old Holly is because I'm feeling 5, 6 years old. But she definitely feels like a little lady to me. Not a princess. She's got, great, what's that? What do you say when someone old soul feeling, but not old as in, kind of negativity. So Dan, you said Holly has a little lump on her and we are not sure if it's something to worry about. And she is losing eyesight and how can we help her? So for the lump, that's one of those where I need to say, check with your vet, check with your doctors. You can do just a little bit of Reiki healing on your own, but you need to make sure you're checking with your vet and your doctor. And what's cool, I've done this with my animals as they get those little lumps. Sometimes they're just like big zits that need to be popped, but sometimes they're just little bumps underneath the skin. And what you can do is you could warm up the energy in your hand, bring your fingers together like this. And what you do is right over say this is the bump, right over top of it, you just make a figure 8, the lemniscate. And that is the Celtic weave. And you just weave it over and over and over. If you've got the capability to do it backwards, do it forward, do it backwards. And then as you're weaving over that, just think like you're breaking up the energy of it. If this is a blockage, if this is some kind of emotional stuff that you're projecting onto them or they're projecting into their own self, just see it releasing and blocking to the best of your ability. More importantly, anytime you offer any healing, don't let your ego get in the way to think you know exactly where it needs to go, because what you're working on, that little bump, could just be a symptom of something deeper. So as you break it up, then you also kind of want to work on, is there a root cause for this? Can we look at that? Just like I'll use the eyesight. So I would say to any of the humans, what are you turning a blind eye to? Now, this is not always the case because so many animals, go blind. Sheldon, who's going to be 19 in 10 days, he's lost his sight. He can see up pretty close. He doesn't hear too well. He's real stiff, but he's a happy little boy at 19 years old, or going to be 19 in 10 days. But again, the animals will show us and reflect and mirror what's going on in our own lives. So first thing I would say is, where might you or any humans in the house be turning a blind eye to something, to not wanting to see, to not wanting to acknowledge, to not wanting to heal, to work through, to not want to move from a false belief and illusion into truth, which then is our healing. So Daniel, let me know if any of that kind of resonates with you. And I'm going to move on to Mitzi in just a moment. But everybody here, send Daniel, Mickey, Holly, just some beautiful, wonderful high vibration. offer the energy of healing, offer the energy of moving from a false belief into truth, which is really the only healing there is. This is a new book I'm reading, and it so resonates with me. It's something I've always felt, and Matthew Brownstein put into words, because we live in this world that we are manifesting. We live in this matrix, this world we have created. It is an illusion. So anything like an illness or a dis-ease is an illusion that we have created with our words and our beliefs. So when we can take that belief and move and shine the light on it and bring the truth to it, that it is a false belief, we can move into what we call healing, because it will sometimes miraculously disappear, but usually it takes a little bit of human time to get out of that physical body, since it took time to go from that mental to the ethereal to the astral and to the physical body. So sending beautiful high vibrations to Holly. I'm going to take Holly's picture down. Let's bring up Mitzi. Now this is Mitzi, and I know Mitzi was gone since 2008, so about 12 years ago. And Dan, you said you felt you let her down, but you said you feel like she is near often. So I'm going to be blunt. The moment I looked up at her, she's like, is he still singing that sad story? She literally is not. You did not let Mitzi down. She is like, she literally is like, you tell him to stop playing that same old song. There is nothing to that. You did not let her down is basically what she's saying. So she's expressing she lived a very full life. It may not look as long as it should have been, but it was very full and a lot of fun. She said, I enjoy eating. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the sweets that I got. So I imagine she might have had a sweet tooth, or you might have allowed her to eat some sweets or something. But so I wouldn't be surprised, because she keeps expressing that kind of sweet stuff. Ice cream. She just showed me ice cream. Let me know if there was something like ice cream or Cool Whip or icing or something like that, like she could lick it. But yeah, so you absolutely did not let her down. She's expressing she's ready to kick your butt too. So this is funny that she's like a total alpha woman. She's what they call a female dog. She's ready to say, tell him to stop that. So I wouldn't be surprised if she was very vocal and feisty, because she's giving me that vocal feistiness here. So Daniel, you said she is right beside me and feels the love. So I'm assuming you're talking about Holly right now, because we were talking about Holly. Now for Mitzi, let me know if any of this resonates with you. Let me know how it feels when you hear that. And just keep me kind of updated on that. Louis, how are you? So Louis said, Louis Valentine, my timid, badass rescue chihuahua has started barking at any male voice that comes near us during COVID. At this moment, he's watching you from my chest, quietly enthralled. I love it. Louis, we got to get Valentine on here one day. So you need to plan ahead. And in 2 weeks, you need to get his picture on the next one. So every 2 weeks I do this. So you got as long as your picture's there, anytime between now and 90 minutes before we go live, then I can definitely do that reading. So I don't think I'm looking at my to see if I put up the next one. So I don't think I put up the next one. So I'm going to do that as we wait for Daniel to type anything in. So what I'm doing is I'm going to duplicate this event for the 23rd. So while you guys are holding out there, I'm duplicating this event, August 23rd. It's a Sunday night. So then, yes, Louis, what you can do, you can go post there. That way we can have a little chit chat then with Valentine. So, and if you've been following me for any length of time, anytime someone says their animal is a hot mess, my first response is, it's usually about the human. So, because they're often reflecting and mirroring back to us. So sorry to call you out, Louis, but we'll figure that out sometime. Hey, Ajit, how are you? So Mickey said, Mitzi, love vanilla ice cream. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I knew there was something, and it felt cold to me, and I don't do ice cream, so I could feel that. So Daniel said, Mitzi, she was a big barker. She would have ice cream once in a blue moon. I got her from my grandma before she passed away. Mitzi passed in my arms. That is why I feel bad at times. And Daniel, I got to tell you this. She literally says, I felt at peace, and nobody else could have been holding me but you, because she for some reason, she felt like you had big, strong arms or something. So she feels like you're a big, strong person. So it's literally like she wanted to be held by you to take that last breath. And that's not pleasant. You know, I've said goodbye to all three animals in a vet, assisting them crossing over, and it isn't pleasant. I can only imagine what it's like being like there, either on your own or with people, and them taking your last breath. But she truly felt good having your arms in your arms at that last moment. Mitzi was the boss over Holly. Beautiful. I could definitely feel that. Good, Ajit. Glad you're doing well. So, all right. So let's send Mitzi and Mickey and Daniel some beautiful, wonderful high vibration, especially for the memory of Mitzi, and especially for any healing and truth that we have shined on any of the false beliefs tonight. You know, Daniel's expressing, you know, sometimes I feel bad. She passed in my arms. You know, those are part of the illusion. And this is Mitzi saying, no, that's not what it was about. I wanted to be with you. I chose to be in your arms, and I lived my life to the fullest that I could. And I'll tell you, people, almost every teacher I have worked with, and I feel this myself, animals choose when they come and go in your life. There's really, even if you were the one assisting them, helping them cross over, even if it was an accident, that's their choice. They have set that up, you know. So yeah, so it's hard to fathom and comprehend sometimes, but they really are making those choices. So, all right, so sending Mitzi and the family beautiful high vibrations. So you guys, coming to an end. I got a couple minutes, but if you have any final questions, please type them in now, because it takes about 30, 40 seconds. Otherwise, I'm going to bring this to a close in just a moment. And we will do this in 2 weeks, which is the animal communication again. Next Sunday night, we will be doing the mindfulness meditation. I'm not sure what we're doing, so show up or I'll post it. I'll post it as we go. So let me know if you got any questions before. Mickey, thank you. I think that's the hug button, the hug emoji bit. So thank you for the virtual hug. And you guys, there's a brand new deck coming out that I'll probably bring out on this show sometime. It's Small Spirit Animal Oracle by my friend Michael Anthony at the Diviner Life. I can't remember who his partner is in this. I can't remember if it's Hannah. Sorry for you. Sorry, I don't remember. But that deck is going to be coming out sometime very soon. Louis, you are welcome. Mickey, thank you. Ajit, thank you. Daniel, thank you for showing up. So, all right, you guys. Well, if no other questions, comments, or thoughts, I'm going to call this live to an ending. And I say to you, may the beautiful, powerful, wonderful, awesome sexiness in me see and recognize the beautiful, powerful, wonderful, awesome sexiness in you. Namaste, safe and healthy. Until next time, bye-bye, you guys.